In this service, we are remembering Luke, who Paul referred to as the beloved physician. We don't know much about him, but one of the great stories is that he was some kind of physician or healer. And so today is always a good occasion on which to remember those who work in healing professions, those who are doctors, nurses, carers in all sorts of ways. And at this time, as we are still facing the impact of the coronavirus pandemic, it is particularly good to remember those who are called to heal. Luke was also a historian. He was someone whose job was to record the things that first of all, Jesus did, the gospel stories that he received from others, but then later to record the stories and the events that impacted the early church, and particularly Paul, who he travelled with on many occasions and knew to the end of Paul's life. Luke is a very interesting character for us to remember as we contemplate the world around us at this time. Luke, as a physician, as a healer, reminds us of our call as Christians, as God's people, to be agents of healing in this world. And his role as a historian reminds us of the importance of taking truth seriously. We live in a world where often we're told we live in a post-truth world where fake news can have more impact than the truth that might exist behind it. But we are called to keep seeking for the reality that exists beyond the headlines. And it's with these two poles of the physician and the healer and the truth seeker that I think we come to celebrate Luke this evening. There is this one tradition, which may or may not be true, that Luke was one of the group of 70 who was sent out by Jesus to travel the lengths and the breadths of the country, visiting different towns, visiting different houses, which of course would not be allowed at this point in 2020. Although he did stay in houses and not move around, we're told. There is this tradition that Luke may have been one of those 70 who was sent back, who experienced what God could do and came back rejoicing. That may or may not be true. But it is an important story again for us. A reminder that Jesus doesn't just send a few people, but he sends us all out. He sends us all out to seek the kingdom, to seek the kingdom. It is the call of the church to proclaim the fact that the kingdom of heaven is near. It's coming near each day. It reveals itself in every sign of love, in every sign of hope. Whenever we engage in the healing work of Christ, the kingdom is coming near. Whenever we discover the truth behind the lies, the kingdom is coming near. And each day we are called to be its agents and to proclaim the truth of the kingdom, not just in words but also in action. So in the midst of the pandemic, in the midst of lockdown, in the midst of a rapidly changing world, Luke shines a light on the people that we are called to be. So may we be people of the gospel, people of the kingdom, people of the truth, people of healing and hope in a broken world.